They're probably like, what the hell? All right, we are live. Okay, so let me just, I'm looking at the thingamabob here, making sure that this is open. Okay, all right. Oh, and then I have to look at the comments because the comments should be showing up on the banner. All right, here we go. Hi, guys. All right. So tonight we are providing some guidance for this new moon coming in for tomorrow for Cancer. If you guys are interested, please look at the ticker below. That is your indicator as what it is that you want to choose. And we're using the super chat tonight for purchases. Okay. Hi, guys. And so if you guys want a $40 channeled message from both of us, you could go ahead and purchase that through super chat. If you want an angelic guidance or galactic guidance, that's $20, and it's going to be random, pretty much me or her, whoever we're being guided to do. And then, of course, a $15 for one oracle card pull, and that one's random too. Okay, so if you guys can do us a big favor and share this live, because I do want to have a quick little, I would say, channeled information about what to expect for the Cancer new moon. I know we're already picking up on information, both me and Mykra, so we want to discuss that. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi, Denise. Oh, wrong mouse. I have like two things going on right now. So we have my laptop and I have my computer. And so I'm like, I got two mouses. One in my left hand and one in my right. So making sure that I'm like, I'm using the right one to click on things. All right. So how's everyone feeling? Oh my God, how's everyone feeling with this new moon energy already transitioning? We are in the void of course energy coming in from, because we're transitioning from Gemini to Cancer. How's everyone feeling with that? I know I posted, oh, by the way, I'm on TikTok now. Oh my God, I feel so old. No, okay. I've been watching videos just laughing my ass off, like especially the cat videos. Oh my God, that's my faves. But yeah, so I'm on TikTok right now under StariAri Toltec Shaman. If you guys have TikTok, come follow me there and I'll follow you back. And so, yeah, I've been sharing information about like little things here and there for the new moon in Cancer. I know a lot of people have different things going on energetically, but collectively, I think this is a great shift into something very beautiful that we all want to create together, you know, especially because Cancer is a very nurturing and loving energy by itself. Looking at the astrology, it might not seem that way sometimes, you know, because there's a lot of just healing going on. But I feel this is definitely a breakthrough for a lot of us where we might have cycles that are closing. We might have cycles, even internally, our own self-talk might be coming up into light, where we have to be mindful of what we say in our minds about ourselves, about our circumstances, about, you know, the world around us, because we are being kind of bombarded with energy, with emotional energy in particular, so that we can really think things through as well as really feel these things, right? So we have to feel first before we can really pinpoint what that emotion is teaching us. Okay, so there's no way you're gonna be hiding from your emotions this season. That's for sure. Says JLo says, I have been yawning for the past hour. Annabella says, try not to go crazy. What about you, Mykra? What have you been feeling?
Oh my God, it's been a little roller coaster with steep drops.
That butterfly.
It's like one of those where it's like click, 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 and then it goes just straight, like straight as it can go. And you're like, okay, when is it gonna end? But it's more so as well as like lessons that, you know, a lot of people are actually going through right now, and it's more of the inner child, you know, like healing as well. And you know, I totally agree with you on that message as well when it comes to You have to be careful what you think and how you put out things, because a lot of that does come back. And it's like, until you learn that lesson, you have to allow yourself to not only just trust the process, but allow doors for you to open up.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed, like, I've me personally as well, I've had a lot of clients that were coming to me in regards of like the emotion, like the emotional roller coaster, and it's more so of one, lessons that we need to learn, and two is like the inner child, and then is between the energy shift and everything going on.
Mm-hmm.
The world is like chaotic too.
Right.
Like, I've definitely like, as I noticed that a lot of people are not sending healing as well to the earth, and I feel like that is one thing that we definitely have to practice on. And it's like we always have to remember, we get a lot of energy shifts, and the one main way of us keeping grounded is going outside. And, we have chakras in our feet as well.
Yeah.
Absorb that, and whatever the guy Mother Earth is going through, through the same thing. And it's like we have to also transmute that. A lot of us are able to transmute that energy as it flows through us. And sometimes people are consciously or subconsciously aware of it or not aware of it, that these are the energies that they're feeling. So I always suggest to my clients as well, like, at least take that moment to just stop and just to like take that deep breath in and just release and allow yourself to be grounded in that space. But as you're releasing it, ask God, Mother Earth to heal it for you, bring it back up and recycle that energy. And also to, after that, send her healing as well. There's so much going on in the world that is impacting us in so many different forms of ways. Not just, energetically, but with some people it's like physically happening. It's just all over. And we have to make sure that we keep ourselves sane. I should say, in this crazy world. But it's all about just keeping grounded, learning from different things just that is taking place, but also too learning from other people's mistakes, because a lot of times we can see someone going through something and understand it, but always use your own judgment. Feel that this is something that you should also to go forward with, or just always trust your inner guidance, that feeling that you feel.
Yeah.
So that is like one of the key points of trying to, really stay with that peace of mind, itself.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, it won't let me pin this.
Just did.
It did?
I'm looking at my laptop and my phone. I'm like,
oh, okay.
It popped up and then it went away and then it popped.
It pops up here on the screen, right? But it won't let me pin it on the chat for people.
Oh.
Because it might be that it's, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, Mykra, you're so correct on the mother energy, the Gaia energy, the earth, and even the goddess energy. It's kind of like we've stepped forward into a need for nurturing ourselves, our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, mental bodies, but also the earth itself, because with the impact that it does have on us, on our moods in particular, it's really important for us to do that work for her, to be mindful of her needs, as well as to be mindful of the elemental kingdom as a whole, to include the mineral kingdom and the animal kingdom, where we need to, assist our brothers and sisters in those kingdoms, in those realms, with whatever it is that we definitely need them, whatever it is that they need from us. And so, yes, definitely I feel that connection big time with Cancer season. It's like a mother energy, you becoming the mother, even if you're not a mother, to a child, or if you're a father, or even if you're not a father, you become the mother, right? You become the nurturer, you become the one who is aware of who needs assistance, who needs healing, who needs guidance, who needs even a warm embrace, right?
Yep.
It just feels like that to me. Hi, neighborhood hope dealer. Thanks for being here. But yeah, so yeah, I think this is definitely the energy for this season. In particular, a lot of people have gone through emotional changes, like you said, the roller coaster energy. Yeah, the big drop. That shit's fucking real. But yeah. um but I also feel it surrounds the feminine aspect of ourselves, or the feminines that are found within our own lives, such as our own mothers, or someone that we perceive as being a motherly figure, someone that we look up to, that we know that might be our older sisters, or or some like an aunt or a grandmother, things like that. So I feel that this is definitely waking us to connect in that manner. And you even mentioned inner child work, and that's definitely what I've been doing with that, with connecting with my inner child to deal with the things that I dealt with as a child when I had that motherly figure, and it could have represented an experience with a teacher. It could have represented an experience with just a woman who was, who I perceived as a mom, and so in so many ways, what I've learned from them, what to do and what not to do with my own children, or with my own self-care as well. So it's definitely something that is here, and we have the opportunity with this Cancer season to deal with these things, even if they're hard, especially if they're difficult, and we have to really face these shadows, and of course the light at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. Hi, Denise. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Denise.
Yeah, you did do this right. Thank you, love. So we have Denise for a channeled message from both of us. So do you want to start first, Mykra? Because I know you're already connecting.
Yeah. I'm like,
I already see this buzzing right here going on. The antenna is out.
so the first thing I seen, like once I closed my eyes, Ari was speaking because I was connected. I am connected. So the first thing I see is a rainbow. It's like I'm seeing, and I'll explain it more into detail. But I'm seeing a rainbow, but also too I'm seeing a field. So you know how like the fields have the wheats growing, and that's what I'm seeing. It's like it's a very open and within these open fields, as I'm zooming in, because it's like I could see it like if I'm standing on it, but I see a rainbow. But then it's like I'm being shown a different vision as I'm like overseeing it, and I see 4 different pathways. As I'm seeing these 4 different pathways, one is short, one is medium, you have another one that's long, and then another one that leads into a different direction. And it's like there's certain ones that are going to give you a shortcut, and then there's other ones that are, there's one that's going to lead you into one direction, and it's all about going by your gut feeling. I feel like this is something that you have been wanting to it's just something that you have been wanting, something that you need to do, that you feel like you have to do for yourself. So the one path that is towards the right, going towards the right itself, it's definitely the path that's going to lead you in a direction. It's kind of like one of those, the way how they're showing it to me is like one of those signs that with the arrow that just like really like curves. And then the other ones, it's like a short, medium, and long. You can take the longer route, you can take the mediocre that is still going to get you there, or you can take the short route. And I feel like, yeah, what they're telling me is that you know exactly what those options are. And it could be, you know, you, let's say, having different options of, for example, like, you know, moving somewhere, or different options of, you know, work wise or something. But I feel like this field is just very, very widely open for you to make that decision. And it's funny because as I'm looking, I see 1, 2, 3. And then, okay, so I see 3 angels at the end of that row. And then on this path that just like makes that turn, that really steep turn, it kind of leads, what I'm seeing is like a dark forest. And like, all right, you have to make sure that, you know, if you go this route, it's I wouldn't say so much of it's more so like you need to find your way through there. And it's like, you know, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, but there's something that is something that, you know, it's like you going blindfolded in, for lack of better words. And it's just that route itself is gonna is I wouldn't say it's going to be difficult for you, but I feel like it's just like going in like very, very blindedly. You may find a way to like really like steep, like, you know, get out of it. You know, everyone finds their way, but you may feel lost for a while. So it's like always stick to what you feel and what you know is going to work, instead of like, you know, jumping into something that is like, all right, you know what, you know, sometimes we do have to take that leap of faith. I'll tell you that much. But that's when you know deep down in your heart that that is exactly what you want to do. But it's like you have it's like I keep seeing you with your guides, and then I just see the 3 different angels at the end of the road. But no matter what, you have that assistance. But it's like you going the other route. I really feel like it's going to be a really like steep turn for you. It's not going to be as easy as you would have it on the other 3 lanes, for lack of better words. So yeah, that's probably regarding, yeah. So always go with what you feel is right. And that's another thing. Like, I know a lot of people right now are even like starting their own business and doing, you know, and if you have a gut feeling where it's like, all right, you know, should I go with, for example, like this service, or should I do your homework on it? Okay. Do your homework on it. And let me tell you something. You start calling and like picking the brains, you know, like, okay, let me do this, let me do that. Write all your notes down. Just don't go, you know what, I'm just gonna leave them doing, because you're gonna go right into that steep turn, and it's like, oh my god, what did I do?
Yeah.
So that's what I was seeing for you automatically. Yep.
Nice, Denise. Awesome. So slowly working on it. Slow and steady. Yeah, exactly. I would never, like, I'm such a heavy earth sign energy in my chart. I would never rush things when it came to career stuff.
That's like stuff.
Slow and steady. Yep. All right, Denise. So let's go ahead and see what other messages you might have regarding what's going on in your life right now. Okay, so two things are showing up. So relationships, one, and then your own needs is another. Okay, so I feel like you, of course, you're such a mother energy, but you're also doing so much for so many people that it's kind of interfering in the time that you have to just nurture yourself as well as your own intimate relationship. A thing about that is kind of like even though you, for some reason they're saying you're the head of the household, you're the one making, like you're the one making that money, right? So even though you're super super successful, and of course you're super highly driven to succeed and to provide, we still need a time for you to have that intimacy that you need, okay, for you to reconnect in that way, for you to also have a reconnection with yourself, okay, not just your partner but with yourself. I feel like maybe taking a spa day, or I always say spa day because this is something that every woman should do, especially if you're like a freaking hard worker like you. Like if you have 24 hours, or even, I would even say less than that, maybe 6 hours, and for one day, just so you could cater to yourself, so someone could cater to you, you know what I mean, like, so someone can take care of you, someone can give you a massage, do your nails, do your toes, leg massage, whatever you want, make you feel good again, things like that. I would say take it, okay? Maybe I know your birthday just passed, maybe someone should have bought you that so that you could like go and have a day by yourself, so that you could feel better and feel more aligned, okay? And then of course always taking a break for your partner, always taking a break for the kids, from the work that you're doing. And you've been doing a lot of work, you've been working, God, how long, I think you've started working at a very young age, and it's not like non-stop, Denise, like non-stop work, and I'm just like, holy fuck, like like you often feel like if you do take a time off, you often feel like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing with myself, because you've never really taken that time off, and you're like kind of anxious, and you're like, oh, I'll take care of that. Oh, I'll take care of that. Like even if you're on vacation, you're the one taking care of everything and planning everything, and right now your guides are like, stop, let someone else plan, let someone else cater to you and what you want to do and your needs, okay? Really, really important to do that so you can feel centered again. And also this helps with what Mykra was saying, with you choosing that route to take for you becoming your own business, your own boss, you creating your own business, because you have to have decluttered mind, you know what I mean? Like you have to allow the energies of creator to guide you in that way, and how you want to create this, what's the next step to do in order for you to make those changes that you want, in order for you to become a business owner, things like that. You have to have a time of reflection, and you have to take a break from other people so that it won't muddle your energy anymore, and so you can actually see clearly what it is that you want to do with this. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Denise.
Thank you.
Yes, good. So that'll give me free time, a nice book, and a cup of tea, and I'm in heaven. Yeah. Oh, I said, I think I started working at 12. Oh my God, yeah, because I saw like really young you working. I was like, holy shit, she's been working her entire life. All right, so that's all we have, Denise. Thank you for letting us channel for you. So next we have is Sir, She Said Nothing. I like it. Sir, She Said Nothing, for a channeled message from us both. You're welcome, Denise. Okay, so you want to start this one? For Sir, she said nothing.
So the first thing I'm seeing is the words that I got first, and then I see like this red dot. But then I also see like, okay, you have the red dot, and then the next thing I see is dark. It's very like dark towards the back. It could be the energy itself, where it's like, you know, I'm getting the words like anxious, like very anxious, very um like kind of like anxious but a little aggravated at the same time. And the words I keep hearing like the words like firecracker, like so it's more so of you taking that time to actually ground yourself in that sense. It's like this relief that needs to be lifted off of your shoulders. Um, but I do see, okay, so I'm also seeing as well like a very bright white light that is actually shooting down from the top of the crown going down to the center, like just straight down. I'm also seeing a lot of gold around you. I'm seeing the words spirit itself. And I'm actually feeling like very hot right now in your fields. I am feeling very, very, very like very hot. It's like the energy is like a kind of like a boiling energy. And what I'm seeing too within your field itself, so right like midway of the stomach, it's like I'm seeing two different energies. Like the top part itself, it's like this very, the words that I'm getting is like very light and very warming. But then like from here down, it's it's more so at, I'm starting to see colors that are just like coming in. So to the right, I'm starting to see orange. With me, when I do readings, like things just like could just like start shifting really quick, and I'm just trying to like grab it and just like. I don't know if you have been trying to also to and if you haven't, you should do so in regards of taking time to yourself and working on your other parts of your natural abilities. I feel like there's other, and I feel like that's what the energy, some of the energy that is actually coming in of what I am seeing. And it's like sometimes when we're not too sure, and it's like this energy just like wants to come out, and this is what I feel like that I am seeing, like this whole entire mixture itself. It's like something that just wants to release. And I feel like that also has a connection with what is happening. And they're just showing me so many different visions. Like right now, what I'm seeing is like feathers, like native. Um, so this can also be from, you know, a past life of where your spirit guides are actually coming in and trying to assist you with it, because I'm seeing white feathers. And white feathers can also represent the angels as well, that are guiding you. But I'm really getting strongly like a native background, because I'm also seeing, you know how like the natives have, you know, like sometimes like you know, owls, you know, like they have the eagle here, and I'm just seeing a glimpse of it from the backside coming out, um for you. And I feel like all this mixed up energy as well, um it has to do with you just going back, just doing the like, you know, a meditation, and just trying to tap into that, because I feel like it's just something that is just like really bottled up, that just needs to like um synchronize, like just to go in and just like release it. A lot of times, sometimes, like especially like when we get downloads and stuff that are coming in, that are coming in itself, sometimes it could be a little bit of stagnant, especially if we are not, you know, aligned itself. And I feel like even with the emotions and everything that, you know, with the shift that has been taking place, the emotions and everything that is going on, um, it may be a little bit hard to release it. But what they're telling me is like, you will surpass that. That's exactly what I'm seeing for you. But it's that's mainly what is coming out, in this vision itself for you. So I hope that, yeah, with the root chakra. Yeah, because I feel like there's like a stagnant. So a lot of times, even if we're going through a shift, right? And this is what some people don't realize, right? So when we're going through a shift itself, and we're getting all these downloads and everything that's taking place, we go through this emotional, um, you know, phase, or like different things, like life is happening. We tend to, you know, sometimes, you know, forget that, of course, you know, sometimes, you know, our how can I say it? Our energies and our chakras sometimes, you know, tend to get enlarged, or, you know, a little bit out of whack. And then when these come in, it's like so many different things, and it's kind of like trying to juggle itself in until it's actually like release. And I'll be so honest with you, I really just wanted to start doing energy work on you. That's just me. I guess that's the motherly thing. But that was just me. But it was like, because I'm just a, you know, a very motherly person. Like, I just, with everybody, it's not just with my kids, but like with everybody, if I feel like somebody needs something, like, oh, I'm so eager to do it.
All right. So let's see what I pick up for you, sir. She said nothing. By the way, that's a funny name. All right. So okay, so I did see that you are from Canada, with your super chat purchase, Canadian or whatever. So I think this is why Mykra was picking up on it. So location. I keep hearing location. So where you're living. I don't know if you're living on a reservation, or you're living on sacred land, or you're living near one. But that is where the connection is coming from with the Native Americans, with the First Nations up there. I don't know if you're Cree, or you have an ancestor who's Cree, or even Anishinaabe, or what's the other one? Ojibwe. These are the First Nations there in Canada, and I feel like you connecting to them will be helpful with your root issue too. Because remember, what does the root represent? It represents us rooting, us feeling that we belong. right? We belong on this planet. We have a tribe we belong to, where our family life is, grounding us. It is stable, things like that, right? And so if you have ancestry, which is of the First Nations, then I really, what your guides are saying, explore it, because you need to feel that root opening up again and feel grounded where you are at. Your location is important for you to feel stable. It's important for you to feel safe. It's important for you to actually commune with the energies of your ancestors in order for you to understand yourself better, and also in order for you to know where you're headed. Okay, especially discovering your gifts, like Mykra said, it has a lot to do with ancestry. A lot of us, we have family members who are highly aware, highly intuitive, psychic healers and things like that. And I feel you yourself have those abilities, but maybe the background, it hasn't been cleared yet. Like when she described something about being in shadow, or there was a dark thing, maybe that's what it is. It's a missing link to these gifts that you need to explore, right? So that you know where they come from, and you feel more grounded in your background, in your identity as being who you are right now. I feel this is definitely something huge that will help you with that. Okay. And so another thing, one of your guides is popping in, and he's kind of saying, and this is a masculine energy. He's kind of saying, use the medicine of your surroundings, use the medicine, the nature spirits, use the medicine to help guide your path. Because if you don't feel grounded, if there's a root issue, then you got to go out in nature and ask, the trees, ask the plants, ask the animals, ask, the minerals in the soil, ask the mother to assist you with this. Okay. You're releasing it, as well as anchoring yourself into the mother's womb, into her heart space, can help you with this too. Even if you don't know your ancestry, even if you aren't unclear of this, you'll still feel the connection to these First Nation people. And it might be a past life thing too. So it's just, there's a lot of things that you can do right now to help you with this. Actually going outside and just sitting by a tree. The tree spirits are anchors, as well as are healers for us, and they'll help you. They'll, give you information, and it could be just whispers from the wind rustling into their leaves that'll be your sign. You know what I mean? So I feel this is something necessary for you. Let me see what she said. Where I live is indigenous. Yes, where I live actually means little salmon. Ancestry-wise, I have indigenous roots from the Philippines, and we have a lot of healers in my line, etc. Okay, cool. And then everything you're saying is all spot on. Thank you. But yeah, I feel this is going to help you. And if you are, if you have ancestry from the Philippines, you can project your energy out to the Philippines and root yourself into that land, or listen to, your ancestors coming in from the Philippines to teach you, like, what is it that you're supposed to learn this lifetime. And yes, healers is definitely, I feel like, because I know a lot of Filipinas, okay? Like, I grew up in Southern California and Carson, California. I don't know if you ever heard of that place, but that's Filipinoville. That's what I call it, because there's a lot of Filipino people there, a lot of Pacific Islanders too. So I grew up with them, and they are all nurses. All of them are nurses. And the guys, they're mechanics, or they work on special electronic stuff and whatever else. But the women, all of the women that I ever met that was Filipina, they're all nurses, or they're all in the health industry, helping, healing, things like that. And I feel this is a very generational thing for these women, for the Filipinas in particular, to be healers. And so I feel you being wherever you're at, it's accessing that. You know what I mean? You're accessing that and you're like, oh my God, I feel ungrounded because I'm exploring all these things. And so just anchor yourself into, you know, your culture, and it will help you even more with what's going on with your gifts. Okay. So that's what I have for you. Sir, she said nothing. All right. So we have J-Lo, who is next for a channeled message. And then from her, after her is Alma. Almita. I have a cousin named Alma. I always call her Almita.
You gonna start or I start?
Oh, you go ahead and start.
Okay.
For J-Lo.
Okay, so what I see is a lot of grain coming in. I'm laughing because I hear the song "Money, Money, Money, Money," and all I see was like that green, just like coming in, like towards the right side, just like flowing in. The grass is greener on the other side. You're gonna definitely. So it's that abundance. I'm just seeing that word abundance. The abundance is going to, if it hasn't started flowing through, it's going to start flowing through, and when it starts, it's going to flow through heavy. I just see like so much positivity. Everything that you have manifested, because I'm also seeing the words manifested, is going to start just like flowing through. What I'm getting is that by next month, August, you're definitely going to be like is like swarming with it. It's just going to like flow through. I do see a spirit guide that is there and assisting you. I do see him there like with gold, like standing there like with gold in the hand. So I'm seeing like right above, like right in front of you, it's like a V coming down, like from it. Okay, so this, what they're saying is like whatever angle it decides to come in is going to flow through and directly in, like into you. You know, like the flow, that flow of money, energy, that abundance just flowing in itself. And what I see is that the point of this V, where like it ends, is like right at the core of you. And for some reason they're showing me like this plant. It's like a little plant that's in an orange pot. I don't know if you have a little plant in an orange pot with it's starting to like grow, but it could also be you planting your seeds. That's what it all could also represent, with you planting your seeds, and it growing. So that's all they had to take. And you know what's funny? They're showing me like when Ulstra started, which you know was springtime, and usually then when you actually start to manifest at that time, um that's Ulstra is basically Easter. It's all about fertility. um so it at that time, the meaning of that is like at that time the seed is planted and then it just starts to grow, and that's what I'm seeing for you. So I don't know if that resonated, but I feel like you have like, you feel like this good like impact that is just like flowing through, because I feel like this very like strong sensation, just a smooth, nice, like strong sensation within the heart space itself, just, you know, like glowing, like blossoming out. That's what I'm picking up.
J-Lo, you know what that means. I did like a reading for her, like I think a few days ago or something. I don't remember. I think it was last week. I don't remember. And it was very similar to this. And so it's just like she's like preparing, you know what I mean? She says she has a plant with marbles in it.
Yeah.
And then she says yes to the heart space thing. Yeah, girl, you know what that means. All right, so gonna go ahead and do yours now, JLo. Let's see what I pick up. Okay, so all right, I'm seeing a guy coming and approaching you. You're like driving, and he's just coming and approaching and just talking about like, oh, I'll drive, you know, and then you're like, okay, okay. And for some reason, like this person is your like they're saying you're ride or die, your designated driver. The one that's going to take care of you. So he's wearing like this dark blue, like collared shirt. So it means like you guys probably went clubbing or you guys went to a wedding or something. Like he's dressed really nice, and he has like this like really dark blue collared shirt, and then it's like open, like one button's open on top. But he looks really built, and he looks like really like kind of like he has like a nice tan skin going, you know, glowing, and dark features. Actually, he has like dark hair and dark eyes, and a little bit of a mustache. Like he's trying to like he trims it and looks at like kind of like a little goatee looking thing, you know what I mean? And that's who I'm seeing approaching your car, and I'm just like, holy shit, is this who is supposed to be around her? You know, like who knows? You never know. But this is who I'm seeing, and it might just be that this is who you want. You know what I mean? Like you're like, this is the type of guy I want. Like I want him to have these sultry looking eyes and dark features and nice hair, and also very strong and muscular, not too muscular, but he could hold his own, right? And he could protect you, and then when he has you, he could scoop you up. You know what I mean? Like, hey, girl, let's go. Like, ready to go into the bedroom, right? He just grabs you, effortlessly. And so, yeah, that's how he looks to me. And so I'm just like, holy shit. But yeah, he's like, no, baby, I'll drive you, like that. Like when he talked, like went to the window. Let's see what else. Okay, so you were working on manifesting a partner, manifesting someone like him into your life. That's so funny. And so yeah, and so this is definitely someone coming soon. Like I'm feeling like this connection, it's already established, in the ethers and the spirit world, but now it's just like bam, like he's coming soon, and he's gonna sweep you off your feet, literally, because he can. Right? Let me see if I can pinpoint his energy, though. Like I want to know if he's like a water energy or something, like for some reason I'm thinking like Virgo or some earth energy, but he might have different placements there, though. Like it might not be that that's his sun sign. It might be that that's like a rising or something. But to me, I feel like he is so easygoing. You know what I mean? Like he lets you take charge. Like he'll do, he'll like, he's gonna like baby you, like he's gonna be like, all right, baby, what do you want? Anything you want, honey, anything you want, my love, whatever you want, have a baby, like it's definitely very like Virgo-ish too. So, like that does feel like it. Let's see what else. Yeah, so there's like a mixture. You're definitely going to be very compatible. Like your charts are going to be very compatible, and he's more like he is more like reserved with his belief system, but he'll be open to listening to yours, right? He'll be open to it because he wants to make you happy, and he wants to make sure that you feel comfortable with him, and that you feel comfortable enough to be yourself and to share your beliefs and things like that. And so to me, he does have a background, like a very heavily religious background, but that doesn't deter him from learning from you. and like learning about astrology, learning about the tarot, learning about things like that. And he's gonna later on, he's gonna be like, okay, yeah, you know, that makes sense or whatever. But at first he's just gonna be like, okay, well, you know, like I believe in Jesus. You know what I mean? Like it's, and there's nothing wrong with that, because that's my fiance is like that too. He's Christian. I don't, you know, mind, because I learn from him and he learns from me. And that's the whole point, right? Having a partner who's open, you know, open-minded and is ready to listen, you know, to you and lets you be who you are. Yeah. Ah, your crowd is tingling. That's funny. But yeah, so that's what I have for you, JLo. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Let us know when you meet him. Right? Oh my God. All right. So next we have is, oh, I think I moved this. Oh, hold on. Let me look at the super chat. Next we have is Alma. Alma, we're gonna do your reading, and I believe she wants a galactic message. So I'll take this one. I like the galactic message ones. All right, so let's see what the cards say for you, Alma. Okay, you're welcome, JLo. Let's do this one. I'm gonna move my little thing out of the way. Okay. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful, JLo. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. Let's connect to this. So we have Lemuria era, okay, and Earth. But remember, in Lemuria, there's a lot of galactics that helped build this actual colony on the Earth plane. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect in this message. All right, so they're showing me you in this area. And remember, with time, okay, time is an illusion, meaning that you exist at this present moment in all existences, such as the different dimensions, different lifetimes, like past, present, and future, all merged. When you think about it in that sense of the oneness of who we are all merged already. We're all one group consciousness. So the Lemurian group consciousness existed physically here, but it also still exists spiritually, okay? And so they're showing you accessing a lot of the information from this lifetime now, you know, and that's why we can access it, because it still exists spiritually. And so they're showing you like as kind of like in this lifetime more like a warrior, being more like a explorer, like you were like they're exploring different ways of being, different communication styles. You're also exploring or learning from different people or different beings from different galaxies. So it's kind of like the mediator or the diplomat type of warrior explorer type of thing, where you went to meetings, and if there was hostilities, you stopped it, and you mediated between warring countries or warring species. Okay, Lemuria was a location similar to Atlantis, where everybody was supposed to live in harmony. Everybody's supposed to share technologies. Everybody's supposed to accept one another, right? But sometimes we had hiccups here and there, right? Where some species coming from like I would say different galaxies didn't know how to react to other species, or they didn't know how to be mindful of what they said or did, right? Especially with the earth itself. There's a lot of rules here during that time where don't harm, don't harm the earth, don't take what you don't need and things like that. And there was other species that came in away from the actual, I would say away from the perimeter of the city, that were starting settlements that were digging and taking things that didn't belong to them, and taking too much of these resources because they lacked it in their own planet. And so you would go there with, of course, your big armies and stuff, and you would go there and you'd be like, you know what? No, this is not how we do things here. Okay. You're like the one that settled arguments. You're the one that's like showed up and like, you know, this is what we are doing here. You're breaking the rules. You got to get out. And so this is the spirit that comes in. It's definitely something necessary for you in this lifetime, where you have to put your foot down, where you have to tell people, hey, you know, that's not right. You know, what you're doing to this planet or to this person is not right. You know, you're being the one that mediates conflict between, you know, two people, like say two friends or co-workers, or even you telling people the rules, like, hey man, like if you act right, you're gonna be treated right, you know, like that's what I saw, like in this vision that they're saying. It's like, it's kind of like an important thing for you to understand, that even if you're nurturing, you're still a warrior, right? You have to put those two together, so that you can help people understand that there are boundaries that you have. There are things that you will speak up against, and there are, you know, energies that you feel that you will talk about. You know, if somebody's energy feels off, you will tell them, you know, like, hey man, like what's going on? Or if you feel that the world is shifting in a negative, you know, route, then you'll speak up about it, and you'll be like, hey, you know, this is what I'm picking up collectively. Like, we need to be more mindful of this, and this and that, and how we act, and you know, and things like that. So you becoming a leader again, that's what they're saying. It's like you taking on that leadership role once more on this planet in this lifetime. Okay, so that's what I got for you, Alma. She said, I do this. Yay. Definitely picking that Lemurian warrior up. Like, yeah, that's who I was, and that's who I am. All right, so let's see who's next. I believe we have Paula La Poderosa. So, okay, so a channeled message from both of us. If you want to start, Mykra, you're welcome, Alma.
So the first thing they showed me is an orange. So what they're showing me is a lot of different like fruits, vegetables. It's either a change of diet, or maybe you have already changed. But if you haven't, it's more so of you starting to shift that. Okay, so what they're saying is like, is because it's linked to the shifts that are taking, we are evolving. There are certain things that, you know, each person individually, you know, will start to change. And this is what I feel like the message that is coming through for you. Because I'm just seeing like a lot of like vegetables, fruits, just on the right side itself. The another thing that's coming up is like a detox, um, a detox of the body. That's the word that they just showed me, and I feel like the detox, what they're saying, because they're showing me the word, and then it's like they're pointing to the fruits and the vegetables. It's like a natural detox. You know, like sometimes people go to like, you know, a place and just buy something to just detox. No, they're saying to like do a natural detox to shift your diet. I see something about red meat. Um okay. Um so what they're showing me with the red meat, I'm seeing like two different tones of it. And I guess it's like it dying out of the diet itself. Um because it kind of looks like, when meat starts to cook, it kind of gets like that brownish, that red, like let's say if it was steak, and it gets that like very like that light, like brownish or like grayish color. I'm just trying to like get it out, the words that they're trying to tell me. And then I see kind of in like a little bit of like raw. It's like it's basically like winging yourself off of whatever it is that you are actually we're actually just like consuming, to start shifting. And they're telling me the word evolve, so your body can actually start naturally just like flowing. So it's like this energy flow that's just going to start like shifting up and down. That's what I'm seeing. It's like the energy going. It's like like how like you see the recycle sign. It's like the energy just going like that, just shifting. And you're definitely going to feel it, because of course when we're on a diet you're going to feel it, but it's like a different sensation that is going to come out. You're going to feel that you're more connected, more aware. And for some reason they're showing me the red onion. They're specifically showing me that. So maybe you may want to look into what are the healing properties of it, and see what it helps with, because that's like the first thing they're showing me on the left hand side. It's like they're showing it directly, just that. And I'm seeing a pineapple. So I'm seeing the red onion and a pineapple, but then over here is like what they're telling me is it's all of the other fruits, like just consuming that on a daily basis, but specifically with this pineapple and onion. I feel like it has to do with like maybe like flushing things out, like the kidney, the blood flow itself, like kidney function. And that's what they're showing me, because now what they're showing me is like a skeleton of the body. You know how like you have science teacher that shows you like the actual skeleton of the body, and what I'm seeing is like like the main things that help with the main parts of the body that helps with filtering. That's where I'm trying to get out, filtering. So how you have like the liver, and then you have like the kidneys, and how it works and everything else. It's going to be beneficial. That's what they're telling me. It's going to be beneficial to your diet. So maybe you should look into that. I definitely see it like really benefiting you. So that's what I'm picking up for you.
Yeah, she's been plant-based for a while, and she said that she had meat recently with her love interest family. She doesn't like it, but yeah, she's been looking into pineapple stuff. That's awesome.
And something about the onion, the red onion specifically, not the white one, the red one, the one that looks purple. So look into that.
All right. She said, let me see. Here it is. Had an all-natural intention for this new moon in Cancer on the back burner. Yay! And I'm so ready to plan this out with the detox tech. Thank you. All right. So let's see what I have for you, Paula. Okay, so the first thing that popped in is like one of the pyramids in Chichen Itza, in particular, this pyramid of the moon, and then there's a pyramid of the sun. The solar pyramid is kind of like a masculine, and you got the feminine, the lunar pyramid. But also, traditionally speaking, in Mesoamerican, both the sun and the moon had both masculine and feminine deities. Okay. When I'm looking at this, I'm being shown you there at that time, exploring the city, when it actually was populated, and living in like this little hut near the entryway of the sun, in particular the sun pyramid. And then looking at the diets and the foods that they ate back then, the natives did, they're all vegetarian cuisine actually. It was only during festivities or festivals that, especially when it came to seasonal changes, that they would eat meat. Okay, so this is kind of like you're linking back to that tradition once more. You're connecting to that ancestry once more, where this diet was something that was very similar to these past lifetimes, and it's in you genetically speaking. Where sometimes when we think about bovine, right, it didn't exist here in Mesoamerica. It came from Europe, right? When we think about other creatures that are that we eat for meat, the only thing that really existed here were like monkeys, jaguars, fish, birds, turkeys, wild turkeys in particular, and even wild boars. And it was rare for the Mayan people to eat something of meat daily. Okay. And your ancestors are saying the same thing. You're going back to your roots. You're going back and exploring this because genetically speaking, it's activated within your own self, that this diet that we have now, that we have a plethora of different choices, is no longer working for you. Okay. So your body is dictating what is working for you and what makes you feel good and what doesn't. And so that's why you're being very mindful of these things. And again, I would say just listen to your body, okay? And your ancestors are saying, ceremony with the plant beings is important as well, to access the actual healing properties of these plant beings and fruit beings. As in our native tradition, we know that everything has sentience. It's a sentient thing. Every living thing, everything that grows, even if it doesn't have a heartbeat, is sentient. And so whatever elements or minerals that you gain from each sustenance that you're taking in your body, you have to do ceremony with it. And you could do this when you're washing your fruit, when you're washing your vegetables, when you're cooking it, or when you're chopping it. You just just talk to the spirit and just say, thank you so much for your, the healing properties that you're giving my body. Thank you so much for allowing me to take you in as sustenance, things like that. And that'll activate the healing properties even more, and they'll help you connect to the deeper. And so that you don't, if you really want to go vegan, then you don't fall back to any like animal products and things like that, which I feel, when you have a connection to what you're ingesting into your body, it'll definitely help you with healing as well. Okay. And even fasting, like you said, with detoxing and things like that, fasting, is something very cleansing. Okay. And that's what a lot of us, natives did, especially for transitional periods when you have to transition from being a child into a warrior. In particular, they fasted for 3 days in the wilderness and connected in that way with the plant spirits and whatever they ingested, right? So I feel this is something like a remembrance in so many ways of this past lifetime, and an implementation of this same remembrance and the same routine and the same lifestyle this lifetime, that'll help you with everything under the sun that you need to heal. Okay, so that's what I have for you. So yes, fish and birds. Yeah, do not eat mammals. That's a core value of mine that I'm facing. Yes, I want to grow out the food for my family. That's my main intention as a caregiver. Yep. Yeah, you're welcome, Paula. Yeah, that's awesome. You're welcome. Sam says you're reminding of Tenochtitlan. Ah. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. What does J-Lo say? Ah. I use the purple. J-Lo says she used the purple onions in tea when you are very sick with other herbs. My daddy taught me this as old-fashioned medicine. You know what? You're so right, because my grandma used to do that. So my grandma, because she was an herbalist, right? She's a curandera. She used to, he was born in 1915. My grandma was born in like 1920s, 20, 30 something. I don't remember. she was born, yeah, like in the 30s or 40s or something like that. But yeah, that's like a very common thing that I notice for healing. She used to boil the onions, right? The same thing like a tea, right? But she used to, and they were red onions too. That's funny. So she used to put it in, like, boil them, and then she'll let them cool down so that they can be nice and translucent, and then she'll put it in like a bowl. So it's kind of like she's making onion soup, but she did it, and then she added salt, and then she added lime juice, and then she'll just eat them like that. And then I remember her giving me some because I think I was sick with tonsillitis. I had a lot of issues with my tonsils when I was a kid, and she gave them to me, and it felt really good. Like she made me drink the stew pretty much, and I'm like, ew, but it felt good down my throat. So it actually, and then of course with the citrus, it burned the bacteria down, so it could like release or reduce the swelling too. So yeah. Yeah, it's like a real like traditional way of like healing as well. Hi, Tara. All right, so I think that's all who we have for purchases. So let's talk about all right, so what to expect for this new moon in Cancer. So again, like we said before, with the mothering energy, with the goddess energy, but also I feel there has to be like, there's going to be a lot of breakthroughs for people, like there's going to be a lot of like, oh, I healed this, now I'm moving forward. Like a lot of doors opening for a lot of people, especially if it comes down to the home and how you create a home. Okay, like how do you balance home with career? How do you balance your intimate relationships with wanting alone time, things like that. And I feel that this is going to help with people really manifesting the life that they desire, the partnerships that they desire, the careers that they desire, so they have more time for themselves, for their loved ones, and for what it is that they're here to do. Right? It's really important for the security, as well as I even say like the mental body, because sometimes we get pulled left and right, and we go kind of cuckoo because we're just so stressed out. But this is definitely a perfect time that the new moon in Cancer will help you prioritize what needs to be prioritized, will help you make a plan so that you can finally take action, whatever it is that you want to create in your life. And it's such a beautiful energy to work with too. So do you want to pull some cards for the collective, Mykra?
Sure. Let's see what we have. I asked the universe to please give me cards for tomorrow's new moon. So let's see what we have. So first, they always show me visions first. So what I'm seeing is more of like what you were saying, like a breakthrough. So what I'm seeing is like this white light coming in between this dark path itself. Like what I see is like a dark shade, and then I see like two streams of white light, and it's more like having that breakthrough moment, allowing yourself to take in what you have been wanting. That's basically what this new moon is all about. Especially if you have been working on like projects or a business, manifesting a house, You know, everything's going to start aligning more and more. And everyone has different time frames, but you're going to see a drastic difference of when you, from where you were then to where you are now, and how much the abundance is just going to start flowing through. And twice this card came out, but it's also to, you have to make sure that you actually gradually start working your way there. As it starts to open up, don't just throw yourself in, you know, just allow it to flow through naturally. But just make sure you pace yourself, because the card, this is the second time this card fell out. So this is like, slow down and just pace yourself. Okay. Because a lot of times, like, we have like this excitement that just like comes through, and it's like, oh, did that just happen? Like, we recognize this. So, okay, now what is the next step? You have to make sure, you know, like, sometimes you have to, like, you know, make sure that things, you know, will come through and align with it. You don't want to just be like, okay, so now I'm gonna jump and do this, I'm gonna do this, so then when you start doing way too much, sometimes that's where the hiccups end up. So just, you know, gradually, just, you know, flawlessly, you know, just take your time, you know, enjoy the ride, like what they would say. But that's exactly what this card represents. It's all about you breaking out, because you see a little turtle here, just, you know, coming out of that shell here, going up, and then, you know, turtles itself, they're very, very smart animals, but it's all about, especially sea turtles, you know, like sea turtles, what they hide themselves, right? So they hide themselves, they build a little nest, and then what happens, they like come out of like nowhere. And you'll be very surprised, especially the people who think that you would not make it sometimes, like, to a certain point, or whatever the case is, because it really doesn't matter what other people think. Let me tell you something, they're gonna be surprised, okay? And, you know, sometimes it's I know there's a saying where it's like, oh, closed mouths don't get fed, but at the same time, sometimes it's good to stay like this until it like blows up. And that's what I was just seeing. I'm just talking as I'm just seeing, because it's like this beautiful, like, fireworks scenery that just like comes out.
All right. So I'm going to pull a card from the Ascended Master deck by Doreen Virtue. So I want to see which Ascended Master we are supposed to work with, meaning we're supposed to transition into, right? For this new moon in Cancer, so that we can benefit greatly from what it is that we want to create in our lives. With the concept of oneness, there is no true separation between us and the spirits, between us and animals, between us and the earth, between us and the stars. There is no true separation between us and the Ascended Masters. We are all one, okay? We are all Ascended Masters. We're all angels. We're all archangels. We're all animals. We are all plant spirits. We are all tree spirits. We are all creator, okay? And that being said, we want to work with these energies and integrate them into ourselves, because at some point in our lives, we become them, okay? And that's funny that I picked Archangel Michael when I said archangels. Because I kept seeing angels floating. So I was like, it's going to be an angel that's going to come in. So trusting in heaven, trusting in your intuition, trusting your guidance, trusting that you are taking the proper steps for the future that you want to create. Anything that comes up into your path, such as anything that you feel might be something that is diverting you or distracting you from what you want to accomplish, know that it's not. Know that it's just there because it's here for you to grow, okay, and learn from. There is no such thing as mistakes, all right? I know a lot of people are like, oh, there are mistakes. No, those don't exist. because you're choosing every day consciously whether or not to react, whether or not to become, whether or not to feel things. Okay. And this is something that we have to understand, is that the mistakes that we think that we're making are not truly mistakes. They're just lessons that we need to learn in order for us to really feel empowered with our choices, really feel like we're doing the right thing after that supposedly mistake has been done. Right. And sometimes, Archangel Michael it's the energy of transmutation and transitioning and transformation, right? And sometimes anything that's negative in our mindset, such as maybe we just don't like some people's energy because we just don't like it, right? Anything like that needs to be reflected upon, right? Because why is it that that person's triggering you? Why is it that you don't like their energy? Why is it that they're distracting you from your path at this time? So Archangel Michael says, be understanding of your own spirit. The more you know about yourself, the more that these people won't bother you, right? Because then you see them in you see yourself in them. Because that's what the oneness is. We are one with one another. If something bothers us about someone, is because we ourselves probably haven't explored that part of ourselves yet. Or we probably have those thoughts, but we don't acknowledge them, right? So it's very important as Archangel Michael to become Archangel Michael for this new moon in Cancer, to become aware of different energies, become aware of your surroundings, become aware of who you really are, empowered as the soul that you decided to manifest as into this reality, and remembering that you are one with everything and that access to creator is your own. Okay, that manifestation that you're asking for from creator is you're asking it from yourself. Okay, and so he just wants us to know that this is who we are, all of us integrated as one creator force. And so sometimes we forget because of our, perceived separation here in different physical bodies. But he's saying, become Archangel Michael now so that you can take action where you need to take action, so you can do the healing work that needs to be done, so you can go for your goals without hesitation, so you can transmute energy that might be holding you back from making those choices, choosing your happiness, of course, and so that's what I have for you guys and for all of us, I would say. What's it? Mara said, I've seen Archangel Michael at least between today and yesterday. That's awesome. Oh my God. Said Mara said, mistakes is the word that is soothing the unhealthy ego to prevent us from taking accountability and growing. Sometimes I feel it's true, because sometimes we just don't want to admit that we, at some point in time, we chose that path, right? It seemed appealing at that time, right? Like our emotions were heightened, our words were like right there at the tip of our tongue, and we just that.
So true. So
and it's just like sometimes we're just like, oh damn it, but we have to remember, it had to happen so we could experience it, so we can learn from it, and grow from it. So yeah. So yeah, that's what we have for you guys. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Mara. Okay, so that's what we have, you guys, for this live tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. I truly appreciate everyone here. And remember, become the archangel that you're meant to be, or who you really are. If it's Archangel Michael's energy, or if it's Archangel Michael himself, whatever, use that energy to create the life that you desire. Use that energy to bring comfort to yourself and to others. Use that energy to protect yourself and others, you know, whatever it is that you want. Okay. I love you guys so, so much. Love, 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 love. And oh, sorry.
Love you guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.